welcome back to my channel. So it is the morning, late morning. I just woke up because it's my day off. So here we are. We're going to do a wear test. And I did get a request to do more drugstore products, specifically a drugstore tutorial, which I'm planning on doing, but I've been wanting to incorporate more drugstore products into my channel anyways. So today I have the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. I have worn this foundation before, but I'm still gonna do a wear test on it because I want you guys to see how it wears throughout the day and stuff like that. And like I've said before, wear tests help me as well to kind of really nitpick at my foundations and really see what I like and what I don't like and how they really, you know, just perform, because more often than not, I don't pay a lot of attention. Obviously, if it's like melting off my face, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not wearing that foundation again. But whenever it comes to like foundations that are long wearing, they all kind of start to look the same to me. And so wear tests help me to kind of pick at the details and stuff like that and really pay attention and like get down to the nitty gritty. So they help me. They help you guys because you get to see how it wears for yourself and yeah, everything in between. So right now I have Ulta's website pulled up. I have the foundation pulled up on their website. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Just kidding. The details on this product are get up to 24 hours of full coverage with a lightweight feel and a natural finish. L'Oreal's Infallible Total Cover Foundation blends instantly to cover dark spots, blemishes, scars, and hyperpigmentation for a flawless complexion. The foundation is formulated with high-load pigments for full coverage and enriched with Alea gel. The formula glides on and feels fresh all day. It will create the perfect canvas for flawless makeup application. Benefits: up to 24-hour total coverage, weightless feel, new pro look of long wear. It says, for best results, buff into the skin with Infallible Blend Artist. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's a brush or something of theirs. So it doesn't have any details as to like who it's best for, dry, oily, or whatever. It doesn't really break it down that way, but yeah. Anyways, so let's try this baby on. Okay, so I have a little tray that I'm going to put some out onto. So it's like a little squeeze tube like this. It just squeezes out. And it's a pretty thick consistency. I'll show you guys. Look, it's a pretty thick and creamy. See how it kind of just like comes out like that. The only thing I don't like about the L'Oreal, I don't know if it's all their lines or if it's just the Infallible line, but all of their neutrals, like neutral to yellow tones, which is where I sit, I'm like neutral to yellow, they just are more gray than anything else, which is what I don't like. They pull really gray. So we'll see. This one I did notice isn't as gray, but it's still like, even I'm looking at it on the tray and it looks more gray than some other foundations. Oh, I have to prime one side. Well, this is gonna be my unprimed side. Sorry, my mind is still getting going right now. So I'm gonna do my Benefit Professional Primer because I feel like the consistency of this will go well with the consistency of this foundation, and I know how this one performs, so I always try to use primers that I'm familiar with. So I'm just gonna plop that on my left side here. And I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques, what is this? The buffing brush, which mine is at the end of its life. It's falling apart, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, I got way too much. Oh crap. Oh my god. Okay. So as you can see, it has pretty dang good coverage. I would definitely consider this foundation more on the matte side. Definitely. Oh god, that was too much again. Okay, we can make this work. Oh, you know what? I did not tell you guys how much it retailed for. It's only $12.99. So it's a pretty good freaking deal. And has really, really good coverage. It blends super easy. Like the consistency is just so creamy and so nice. I already really like this foundation, but now I'm gonna be more nitpicky on it since we're doing a wear test. I have a piece of green glitter on my face. Oh my gosh, screw this. And then I always blend it down the neck for extra insurance, even though it looks pretty good. But is it just me, or does it look like just ever so slightly has like a hint of a more gray tone. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to other foundations that you've seen me wear on here. So this foundation is definitely more on the matte side. Still has a little bit of natural sheen there, but still very matte. So I'm going to zoom you in close so you can see everything, and then yeah, you guys know the drill. Okay, so here is the foundation all by itself. It's definitely on the fuller coverage side. It applied really, really nicely, blends really easily, layers nicely and everything. I am noticing a little bit of texture just right in here, like I'm not sure what's going on right here. I'm not gonna try to touch it and ruin it. Oh, I already did. I don't know if that's from the primer because I'm not noticing it on this side, so it may be from the primer. Maybe this foundation and that primer don't work well together, but we shall find out. And then around my nose, it just looks very, very dry. Like it's just a super, super dry kind of texture. Almost looks even like powdery-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I put powder on my nose and there's no powder on my nose. Definitely texture. There's texture where I have texture. Usual. So it's not the fullest of coverage because I am noticing a little bit of redness like here and around here where I have my problem areas, and then even a little bit of redness peeking through on my chin. So it's not like full cover everything kind of coverage, which is, it's called total cover. It's also $12.99, so can't really be that hard on a product that's $12.99 because this is really, really good coverage for a drugstore foundation. You know what I'm saying? It looks really nice. It's sitting really nice. I think the deciding factor of all this is just going to be how it lasts throughout the day. Let's see if it really is infallible. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup. I will hop back on here and do another quick check-in, and then we will go throughout our day and I'll take you with me and we will see how this lasts. So here's the foundation. So I just pressed a little bit of the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder under my eyes and my nose area and my chin, all the areas where foundation tends to move. I'm also wearing my NARS Cream Be Radiant Concealer. So I just did my makeup all how I normally would do it because your foundation should fit into your makeup routine. So yeah, all that's left now is just to see how it lasts throughout the day. It is now 10:46, or I'm sorry, 10:48 a.m. So yeah, let's put this baby to the test. I'll do another check-in in a little bit. Hello everyone, time for check-in number 2. I just hit my hat. So let me just lift my hat up a little bit. I'm not gonna lift it up too much because my hair is ratchet. So I'm going, I just got done watching one of my wear tests, and I noticed in the wear test that I'm about to upload and the wear test before that, my camera work, my like mobile camera work has just been spot on. Like I have just some of my all-time best work, for hands down. My best work in my check-ins is it's been amazing. That is complete sarcasm because it has been awful. I am so sorry for you guys that had to watch that, and if you stuck through it, thank you so much. I have realized it, and I am going to be a lot better about my check-ins, the camera work and my check-ins, because it's been horrific. So far this foundation looks really good. It still looks exactly how I applied it, and it was almost 11 o'clock and it's now almost 3. It's like 2:45-ish. So yeah, it looks really, really nice. Don't mind my blemishes. Yeah, still looks really nice and smooth on the skin. Doesn't feel like it's moved around at all so far. I have there is this weird texture going on right here. I think that's from my primer. Quite honestly, I think that this foundation is not sitting on the primer the way that it should be. Like, I just feel like this foundation and this primer don't work too well together, at least in some places. Like in this area right here, I feel like there's kind of a weird, like it's not sitting evenly or something, but on the unprimed side, it looks totally fine. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just this primer, but then again in here, it looks really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like where I have those pores and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like in some places the primer and the foundation are acting weird together, but then in some places it looks really, really nice. So we shall see. But yeah, so far really good. Really, really like the way that this foundation is lasting now that I'm like really paying attention to it. Let me look here for a second. I feel like the texture around my nose actually looks really nice. Maybe that's from like setting it with powder and everything, that it's kind of smoothed it over a little bit. But all in all, for a drugstore foundation, you would never think that I was wearing a drugstore foundation right now. Like, that's how much I like it. That's how I feel like it's looking right now. So far so good. I will do another check-in in a little bit. All right, you guys, so I have been out and about all day, and I didn't check in a lot, unfortunately, but this foundation has been on for over 12 hours because I applied it around 11. It was almost 11, I want to say, and then it is now past 12. So it has been over 12 hours that I've been wearing it, and look at it. It still looks really, really nice. I'm going to zoom you guys in close. It has definitely started to separate around my nose area, has gained a little bit of texture. Not noticing a huge difference on the prime side and the unprime side. I still am seeing a little bit of texture just like right in here that I feel like has something to do with the way that the foundation is reacting with the primer. But other than that, this foundation has lasted really, really well. It's worn off in all the usual places around my chin, a little bit more separation and texture on my nose. However, my forehead, especially with it being with my hat on, I really don't want to lift my hat all the way up because my hair looks, you know, smashed by a hat for 12 hours. But I mean, it looks really, really nice on my forehead. Honestly, it has barely settled into my forehead wrinkles. I mean, when you're talking about a $12.99 foundation, this is where it's at. You've got good coverage, you've got longevity. I have normal skin, so take that into consideration. If you have oily skin, you may want to pair an oil control primer with this. You may have to touch up, like do some blotting throughout the day. I feel like this had a really nice consistency. Like, it doesn't feel dry at all. Like, it feels like it's settled on my face, but it doesn't feel like it's drying on my face by any means. Like, I don't know, the consistency, the formula, everything about it, it's super comfortable and it wears super, super well. I mean, just see for yourself. I mean, look at all of that. Now, when it comes to primed and unprimed, I could totally say that you could go either way, honestly. Not a huge difference between both sides. The primer that I used, I think, probably isn't the best primer to use with this foundation because I do think in some areas it's reacting a little bit weird together, but I think with another primer it maybe can be a little bit more smoothing or mattifying or hydrating, or, you know, depending on the primer that you use, whatever you want it to be. So I think that's pretty much my final thoughts on this product. So sorry that I didn't do a lot of check-ins. I just did the one check-in, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, not a whole lot to report. It stays really, really nicely. So yeah, $12.99, you cannot beat this kind of longevity, especially for $12.99. And you get one fluid ounce of product, yeah, standard. So that's where we are. Don't mind my lips. I'm getting ready to go hop in the shower and wash everything off. So yeah. Okay guys, so that wraps up this wear test. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm super happy with how this one went. It's just always satisfying to find products that work well, especially ones at such a good deal. $12.99 with this kind of longevity. And this is like high-end longevity. Like, this is good stuff. Pretty excited about this product. I mean, obviously I owned it, I've used it before, but I'm excited suggesting it to you and letting you know that, yeah, I like this product and it has my stamp of approval. I say go for it. If you like full coverage, who doesn't like longevity, everything in between, go for it. That wraps up this wear test. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what products you would like to see next in my videos and I will be sure to put them to the test, and I will see you all in Friday's video. Bye!